That Truck Series road course race at Circuit Americas went a lot better than Daytona road course race earlier this year. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to my video. I just got done watching the Truck Series race at Circuit Americas. This is going to be really quick because you got the Xfinity Series race coming up very shortly. We're going to talk really quickly about the race, so let's just jump straight into it. Coming in this race, we had weather in the forecast, of course, in Texas during this time. A lot of times you're going to deal with a lot of bigger rainstorms and thunderstorms. And with this being a road course, rain was a thing that could have been a concern. But because we're at a road course, rain would not be a major issue. So we take the green flag with it raining, of course, with Tyler Ankrum basically leading the field off of the green. The first incident actually would take place between Austin Hill and Parker Kligerman as well. Coming up in the corner, Parker Kligerman got a little bit sideways and would get into him. Then we saw a really awesome battle in the final flaps of stage number 1 between, I think it was Sheldon Creed, if I'm not mistaken, and Kaz Grala. Actually, not Sheldon Creed, Kaz Grala. It was Todd Gilliland, Sheldon Creed, and Kaz Grala put on a really awesome show. Kaz Grala was really fast today, especially in the rain. He was really fast in the practice earlier today, and it was really fast in the rain portions of today's race as well. Todd Gilliland made some really bold moves. Kaz Grala was defending very well. On the last lap, they put on a really good show. They were very clean. We had Todd Gilliland going to the inside. Kaz was defending it, but they were really clean on those ensuing restarts. Kaz Grala was able to keep the lead for a little bit, but on the final last, I think it was around turn 13 or turn 14 of last lap of stage number 1, Todd Gilliland was able to get around Kaz Grala, and he was able to win stage 1 here at Circuit Americas. Meanwhile, there was a lot of strategy that was going on through the field. Sheldon Creed decided to come down to pit road. Zane Smith, a lot of the contenders, Grant Enfinger, they also had to come down to pit road. While guys like Todd Gilliland, Tyler Ankrum, and Kaz Grala chose to stay out during his cautions, and Sam Mayer decided to stay out at the end of stage number 1. We would go back racing on lap number 15 of this race with Sheldon Creed, who stayed out after the caution came up here a few laps ago. He had the race lead and would basically be able to hold control pretty much for a while. Meanwhile, on lap 18 of race, Parker Chase would get spun off of turn number 20. He would hydroplane going into the corner with spin coming down the front stretch, and he would have an issue right there. Then Zane Smith actually would have a tire basically go down, and with spin coming in, would have a left rear tire go down, and he was spinning. A lot of people thought the caution was going to come out, but the caution would not end up coming out. Then we would see a bunch of guys start strategizing. Guys like Sam Mayer, Austin Hill, Carson Osbar, Chandler Smith, and a bunch of others like Haley Deegan would come down pit road to strategize with strategy, of course, because again, with it being a road course race and with stages being a thing, do you want to get points or do you want to strategize and have a shot at winning a race? We then see a lot more guys come down pit road a couple laps later. Guys like Kaz Grala, Grant Enfinger, John Hunterchuck would all come down pit road. And then we would also see a situation between Michelle LeBay. Michelle LeBay actually would have a situation, an issue. She would spin coming off into turn number 4. And a couple guys decided to basically stay out at the end of the stage. You had Ben Rhodes and Matt Craft and two make tenders up front that decided to stay out. And Ben Rhodes would come off the final corner and pick up another playoff point and win stage 2 of this race. A lot of guys decided to come down pit road during that time. Then Ben Rhodes, Matt Craft, and all those guys that stayed out during that last caution decided to come down pit road. Also, John Nemechek got a uncontrolled tire violation penalty. He unfortunately would have to go to tail end of the longest line for that uncontrolled tire violation. We then go back racing a lap 29 of this race with Sheldon Creed being the race leader. And then basically at this point, it was a chase to see who can get back up to the front and who was going to be able to hold on with control of the tires at the end of this race. That was going to be the main thing that was coming to play, because right around this time, about 10 laps to go, tires became a major issue in this race, due to the fact that with the wet tires and when the rain tires, there's a really good chance that those tires can unfortunately blow up and cause major issues for the drivers. And unfortunately, that would end up affecting the outcome of this race. The leader would actually end up going to lead for Tyler Ankrum and pass around 8 or 9 laps to go. Then Todd Gilliland, who had a really fast car early in stage number 1, he started charging his way up to the front, and he was actually able to get by Sheldon Creed for a second. Then we had a really good battle for the lead with around 6-7 laps to go between Tyler Ankrum and Todd Gilliland. There was a little bit of contact between them coming in the final corners, but Todd Gilliland was able to pass around 6-7 laps to go and was able to pull away. At the end of the race, it became a game of basically managing your tires. Could you hang on to your tires or not? That was going to be a question, and Todd Gilliland was able to do that coming to the end. Meanwhile, on the last 2 laps of this race, Timmy Hill ended up stalling at the exit of turn number 12, and Chandler Smith also would stop on the track, but they would keep going. On the white flag, Todd Gilliland had a 6-7 second lead, and basically his crew chief was telling him, you need to slow down, you need to slow down, but that would not hurt Todd Gilliland's chances. And coming out the final corner, Todd Gilliland comes out the final corner and wins his first race here of 2021, for the first time ever Circuit Americas, and he wins his second career race here in his NASCAR Truck Series career. The last time he won was 2019 at Martinsville. He gets his second career win in today's race. Todd Gilliland, in my honest opinion, if we want the truth, I think he obviously had probably one of the better trucks. I don't think overall he had the best truck overall at the beginning of the run, but as we got longer in the runs, his truck really came in. I think he had the best long run truck at the end of the day, and he had the best truck and had a really strong truck. He's also a really good road course racer, and he's a guy who can dab very quickly, and it's really good to see that Front Row Motorsports is doing really good, not just in the Cup Series right now, but the Xfinity Series. So great to see that, and congratulations on Todd Gilliland on winning today's race here at Circuit of the Americas. So now let's go ahead really quickly, go through the race results, and then give you my score of today's race and get out of here. So, Todd Gilliland wins today's race here at Circuit of the Americas. Kaz Grala finished second. Kaz Grala looked really strong in this race, had a really strong time, and a Young's Motorsports truck nonetheless. He did a very excellent job in today's race and put on a really good show. I think he deserves a full-time Cup Series ride, and maybe he'll go to Kaulig Racing next year and drive the 16 car. We'll have to see. But man, really excellent run once again for Kaz Grala today, proving that he's a very talented driver. Tyler Ankrum finishes third. All around, Tyler Ankrum's best run of the year. I thought he was going to run away with the Sing at the end of the race, but Todd Gilliland was able to get by him, but he gets a really strong top 5 run. Great run for Tyler Ankrum today. He needs to start having a lot more better runs than he's had so far this year. Grant Enfinger with another solid top 5 run today. Grant Enfinger had a very strong run, ran in top 10 a lot of this race. He gets a top 5, gets 4th. Great run for Grant Enfinger today. Sheldon Creed finishes 5th. Very solid run for Sheldon Creed today. I thought Sheldon Creed was going to be the guy who was going to dominate the race, but he gets a very solid top 5 run. Great run for Sheldon Creed today. Sam Mayer gets another solid top 10 run. Again, let's talk about Sam Mayer. Driving for Brett Holmes Racing. Did a very excellent job. Finished 6th in today's race. Great run for Sam Mayer today. Carson Osbar with another solid top 10 run. Finishes 7th in today's race. Zane Smith, despite having a flat tire, ends up finishing 8th. Great comeback for Zane Smith today. Austin Hill, who had issues at Parker Kligerman at the end of the race, he ends up finishing 9th, another top 10 run for him. And Ben Rhodes finishes 10th in today's race. Paul Menard, who made his return, he had a pass-through penalty early in the race, but he bounces back to an 11th place run, gets a solid top 15 finish. Very good run for Paul Menard. Great to see he's back. Hope he gets to run more races later this year for ThorSport at some point. If that 6.6 car is able to make more races this year. John Nemechek finished 12th. John Nemechek, in my opinion, was a little bit disappointing. A majority of the day, he ran around 5th or 6th a lot of the race, but he really was never that big of a contender, to be perfectly honest with you. He comes home with a 12th place run. Again, not a bad run, but not a great run for John Nemechek today. Parker Kligerman finishes 13th in today's race. Haley Deegan with another solid top 15 run. Strong run for her today. Matt Crafton finishes 15th, and Austin Wayself finishes 16th. 17th place goes to Stuart Friesen. 18th place for Parker Chase. I thought was run a little bit better than he did. 18th place for him. 19th goes to Camden Murphy. 20th place for Ryan Truex. 21st place for Derek Kraus. 22nd place for Johnny Sutter. 23rd place for Lawless Allen. 24th place finish for Timmy Hill. 25th place for Tay Fogelman. 26th for Bailey Curry. 27th place for Chase Purdy. 28th for Jack Wood. 29th for Michelle Abate. 30th for Corey Roper. 31st for Tanner Gray. 32nd place for Timothy Peters. 33rd place for Chandler Smith, who had an issue late in the race, like I mentioned. Roger Rayu finishes 34th in today's race. Christian Atkins finishes 35th. And finishing last in today's race is Cameron Lawrence. This is a really great shame because Cameron Lawrence qualified extremely well in today's race, but unfortunately did not get the finish that he deserved after not having a great run. Plus, the Ram Brothers trucks are not really fast. So now I'm going to tell you my score of today's race overall. You know, I think that this race was way more enjoyable than the Truck Series race last time they raced at a road course at the Daytona Road Course. I thought that today's Truck Series race is going to be a major wreck fest because the Truck Series guys have a lot of experience. But I feel like the drivers, especially with Rank, took care of each other very well. You had a lot of clean battles. You had, of course, some contact in the race and some tempers that did flare points in the race. But I think the drivers did a very solid job and took care of each other throughout the race. Plus, I really enjoyed the strategy of this race as well. I am going to give today's race score of today's Toyota Tundra 225 at Circuit Americas a 8 out of 10. Again, I wish there was a little bit more that happened in race of points, but I thought today's race was really solid. And anything's better than the last time we raced at a road course race at the Daytona Road Course. The Xfinity Series race is coming up very, very soon. We got that coming up here very, very shortly, and we'll talk about that at the conclusion. I believe the next race for the Truck Series, I think, is next week, if I'm not mistaken, at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'm really definitely looking forward to the Truck Series race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So anyway, that is going to be it for today's race from Circuit of the Americas. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications so you be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support my Patreon as well. Link description below for that, and comment your thoughts on today's race. What are your thoughts on today's race? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know your score in the comments below. And congratulate Todd Gilliland on winning his first race of the 2021 season. Anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys next time for some more great and awesome NASCAR content. Take care, everybody.